What's going on, y'all? This is the Project Inside Hope. We come to y'all today to share some experience, strength, and hope, and we're just going to go around and try to just give y'all some suggestions to share where we're at today. We got a smaller group today, so we're just going to just kind of go around the room, have everybody introduce themselves. They've done any jail time and how long they've been clean, just so we can let y'all know this thing works. And we start with, to my right. We're just going to go around, and I'm not sure exactly what we're going to speak on today. I had a lot of different things I've had on my mind, but I'm pretty sure my higher power will let me know before it gets back to me. So we'll start with you, brother.
I'm Mason. I have like 70-something days clean. No.
Done any jail time before, Mason?
Yeah, I've done about 15 days.
15 days. What facility were you in?
Harrisonburg and Henrico.
Okay, cool. Thanks for having me, man.
I'm Big Willie K. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I've been locked up in the Heron River Regional Jail for about a year's time. Not in the stretch of a year, but and Riverside for about 3 months. Different periods. I've been clean about 77 days as well, and life's great.
I'm John. I'm an addict. I've been clean since January 6th. Been in jail several times. Pamunkey, New Kent, Henrico. Shit, I've been to a couple other jails. Urbana, Orchard Festival, from the public. I've been clean since January 6th and passed.
Cool. My name is Devin. I've been clean since November 10th of 2015. I've been locked up in Henrico, Richmond, East and West in Henrico and in Richmond. Yeah.
My name's John, I'm an addict.
John.
I've done 3 years out of the last 4. My clean date is March 4th, 2015. 16.
Don't lie to these people.
2016.
He is back though, that's all that matters.
I'm Dustin, I'm an addict. Been in jail, a couple different spots. Clean date's November 17th of 2015. I don't know, it's good to be clean. Drewski.
I'm Drew, my addict.
Drew.
My clean date is 10/17 of last year. I've been incarcerated in Chesterfield County, Henrico, Riverside, Rappahannock, and Virginia Beach.
Cool. You see, it's all live people. All of us have struggled with the disease of addiction. We've all done jail time in here. Usually we have 1 or 2 that's just in here for support, but all of us has been there, man. And we know what y'all are going through, so that's why we make a point to come up here to give back to y'all and reach out and let y'all know that we love you. We're here for you. I'm not really sure what I want to speak on, man. I had a lot of different stuff I wanted to. I want to do facing the disease, living in the solution, patience. It's a lot of little different stuff I want to do because I want to kind of get where y'all are in there. Try to get that mindset again and being on the inside, looking out. Because it's very easy to get caught up here in the winds of life and forget those moments and those struggles and being in your head all the time when you're locked up, thinking about what's going on out here. But before I start, man, this disease is well and alive, man. I forgot to say the date. It's March 13th, 2016. We've had a lot of people die in the last few weeks. A lot of people OD. So this thing is still out here taking over, man, and it's heartbreaking. So it's not like it's getting better out here. It's getting worse. As you say, the land, out in the world, however you want to say, it's definitely, the disease is alive, and Satan is real, and he's out here taking lives left and right. And And that's one of the reasons why my heart's so big for the Project Inside Hope, is because I want to reach out to the ladies and the gentlemen that are in there that are struggling, man, that think there's no way out, that the jail is the only way to stay clean or keep your mind occupied, or you know, to keep your family happy, or keep yourself safe from yourself. So I just want to share that real quick. And I don't know, Jordan said patience, I said living in the solution, conquering your disease. So, which one y'all want to talk about? There's 3 of them we can pick from. I'm gonna let y'all do this, because this is a group effort. We all do this together. It's not just me. We're real people. We don't. It's not like we, you know, have a set thing everybody says, because we want to let it come off our heart. So, is there anything that y'all want to
Conquering the disease for sure.
conquering the disease? Kind of say that.
Living in the solution.
Yeah, but you know, that's cool. I mean, just out of them 3, then somebody please, if you speak or whatever, or you just want to share where you're at today, just speak on those 3: patience, living in a solution, and conquering the disease. So today we'll start to the left, and we'll let you get a little chance. He's new. You know, we imported him from downstairs up here, so we definitely want some new faces for y'all. A lot of other people that you normally see, they're out doing things. You know, it's the beginning of the summertime, so it's not that they're not here because they don't want to be here. It's because they're out there living life clean and sober. So, and a lot of them is asked me and to tell y'all hi, they love you. We'll see you at the next one next week. So, if you want, we'll start with Drew, and then just if you want to go off your shirt, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Do whatever you feel.
I'm Drew, addict, you know, living the solution. That was from the convention we had January this year. It was the 34th NA convention. They had the Richmond Marriott. That was a good turnout. So I'm trying to think what I want to talk about. I don't know. I mean, I'm in a good mood. Let's see. March 17th, which is in 4 days from now, that's to the day, that's going to be 5 months clean. And it's kind of ironic because that's on St. Patrick's Day, and you know, my drug of choice is alcohol, and then that always leads me to doing other drugs as well. So it'll be nice to be sober on St. Patrick's Day this year. You know, I'll be 5 months clean. You know, I never thought that. You know, months ago, I didn't think I'd have 5 days clean. And so, you know, I'm happy about that. And, you know, I've been going to the meetings, doing service work this last week. I don't have a real job yet, but I've helped out 3 different people moving furniture, boxes, cleaning out attics and basements, scrubbing stuff down with bleach and like that, to, you know, to earn some extra money to pay the rent for the recovery house I live in. So, you know, my mom's been paying that, you know, the past few weeks, so it'd be actually nice to you know, give my mom the money for my rent. You know, that makes me feel good about that. And like he said, you know, we've had some good amount of deaths here in the past 2 or 3 weeks. And a few days ago, we went to a girl's funeral. She was 19, and it was just sad, you know, when you walk up and put your hand on the casket to say goodbye. And it was a friend, somebody that was, you know, in the groups with us, and you know, it just really puts it into perspective how serious that this thing is. You know, I mean, and, you know, it's like it's all fun and games till someone gets hurt or gets killed. You know, and you know, the girl was 19, and you know, it was real sad, but it was a real eye opener. So hopefully some other people can learn from that. I don't want to go to any more of my friends' funerals, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The next thing, my next order of business is I'm eligible to get a restricted driver's license.
Hey.
So I got to go through some hoops to do that, you know, with like the court system and DMV and that type stuff. But once I get that restricted license, that will allow me to go to and from for work purposes and for like AA and NA type, you know, stuff and for the local mental health. So I think that will dramatically help me out with the transportation. Other than that, I mean, things are much better now. I mean, I still have my down days, but they would be way worse if I was still using. So, you know, I'm happy to be sitting in this chair sober today, and, you know, hopefully, you know, at least one or two of you cats watching this will, you know, just decide to throw in the towel and try the sober thing. You know, if you don't like it, you can always go back out to the street and get your misery back. And with that, I'll pass.
Thanks for sharing, Drew.
He's got a point, man. I want to ask you something real quick, Drew. Is all that you're getting back, giving back to your mother and her family that's been helping you out, getting your license, staying clean and sober. That's all a result of living in the solution, right?
Yeah.
And that would be the solution of recovery, or doing the next right thing, or helping somebody else, and so.
If I wasn't sober, I wouldn't be able to do those things.
Yeah, and being sober is living in a solution.
Yeah, it
of
is.
life, really.
It is for me, yeah. It is.
Not everything's for everyone, but
Yeah.
you know, for Drew, that's what's helping him, and that's probably 90% of us in here, and there's only 50% of us in here, 'cause it's not a big room, but it's because of recovery and being clean and sober and helping others and loving ourselves for once in our lives, and not beating ourselves up. So I appreciate
There's
that.
like one last thing I want to add to that. It's like, you know, it's like right now, like I still might have 99 problems, but using ain't one of them.
That's right.
So that's good, you know. And with that, I'll pass.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
I'm Dustin, I'm an addict. Living in a solution, facing your addiction, it's an everyday struggle. Every time that I wake up in the morning, there's just that little hint of the disease still there. It likes to sneak up when you least expect it. I'm from Virginia Beach, and I actually went back yesterday. And while I was at the beach, I ran into a couple of friends that used to run around with. And all of them pretty much are trying to do the same thing I'm doing. They haven't taken that first step to get into recovery, but they're scared to death that they're gonna die. Speaking of death, is prevalent out here right now. While I was home yesterday, I was told that one of the guys I used to run with was found by his 4 months pregnant. His girlfriend found him dead on the couch yesterday morning. He was supposedly clean for the past 5 months. He'd been lying, cheating, and stealing his way through it. Wasn't working a program, was pretty much just bullshitting everybody, and paid the ultimate price with his life. He's gonna have a daughter in 5 months that's never gonna meet her pops, and that sickens me for real. And Drew brought up a good point about the 19-year-old that just passed. She was in the recovery organization that we're all in, and she ain't making 48 hours out on the street before she was dead in a casket. And it's no joke no more. Like, it's not fun anymore. Well, at least not for me. Going back home is a big reminder of where I came from. When I was at home, there's drinking, there's drugs, people smoking weed everywhere, and anytime I see or come in contact with that, I just avoid it. And people always ask, they're like, so you don't fuck with us no more? And I'm like, can't right now, not at this point in life. If you want to do all that on your own time, then yeah, it's fine, but when I'm around, I can't be around it. And with St. Patrick's Day coming up, that's a big thing for me too. I was never really a big drinker, but on occasion, St. Patrick's Day or any other day that ended in Y, I would drink and do drugs. So it just comes to the point of where either you're tired of living that life or you want to get that one more, and that one more might be your last. Every person that dies, if they died in the morning, they have plans for that night. If they died that night, they have plans for the next day. And if they die the next day, they have plans for the next week. And I have plans for a couple years. Living with Solutions got me a job, a phone, cigarettes whenever I want to smoke them. I can go out to eat. I can just sit in a public setting and have conversations with other people that are in recovery. and not sit there and talk about how we're gonna go scheme up some money to get the next one. Cause, staying clean is easy. Getting high was hard. It was real hard in the end. Bouncing around from couch to couch, sleeping in cars, sleeping in hotel rooms, trapping out of hotel rooms. It just got to the point where it was more of a full-time job than a hobby. But I don't know. This definitely works for sure. And if you don't believe it, hopefully you will by the end of this tape. So I'll pass.
Yeah, let me ask you a few questions, or I got two questions for you, and that's conquering your disease, because I kind of, you spoke on that a little bit, and living in the solution. Living in the solution, when you went down, how'd that work, living in the solution, being around your family, because you were speaking on how, you know what I mean, you can go get cigarettes, you can go eat, you can work, you can get up in the morning, you can love life. How's living in the solution work with you and your family and stuff now, man?
I actually have a family again, for
Yeah.
real. I have 2 younger brothers, and me and them didn't speak for 5 years of my life. We would see each other and we would just walk past like strangers. And now, every time I see them, we're giving hugs. I love you, bro. My parents, they're back in my life. I can walk in and out of my parents' house at any time now without them questioning or following behind me like, what's in your pocket? What are you going to put in the car? Where are you going? Like, they're not worried about me no more. They just know that I'm working a program and doing what I need to do to stay clean.
And you're conquering disease, man. Is there any time and place when you went down there you see some old friends that were still using, or might have been high?
Yeah, pretty much.
What'd you do with that? How
pretty
did
much.
you conquer that? You know.
Just, I mean, it's pretty much every turn. I was, I don't know, kind of pretty well known down the beach for just the things that I was doing. I said selling dope, selling drugs, just running the streets. And pretty much everywhere I turned, there was somebody that I knew. And I mean, you can't dope fiend a dope fiend. Like, you can't tell me you're clean when you sit there drooling on yourself and shit. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, yeah, I ran into a couple of those issues when I was down there, and I pretty much, I know they're not going to remove themselves from the situation, so I had to.
Yeah.
And walking away from that was the easiest thing I've ever walked away from in my life.
Yeah.
Walking away from my family and whatnot, I really didn't even walk away from my family. I fell away.
Yeah.
And just gaining the trust back and all that, I don't know, it feels great. And I don't know, working a program, like, it keeps you clean, for real.
That's awesome, man. So basically, he living in the solution of recovery, keeping himself around good people, doing the next right thing is what helped him conquer his disease. You know, making sure he's in that mindset, knowing where you're going and what you're going to do, and you know, knowing that maybe there's some places or people you can't go around, man. And that's kind of what I hear. You know what I mean? And keep
Always
yourself
have an escape
with your
plan.
bro and with your family, and not, you know, blare too far away from the pack, man.
Yeah.
That's even the same inside when you're locked up, man. You know, we're all kind of, you got to do what you got to do because where you are, and you know, you got to adapt, man. But you can do the same thing. You can pull yourself out of all the riffraff and stuff, you know. And there's stuff that flows through there too, man. So it's up to you to make that constant decision to do the right thing, you know, because it's you that's gonna know. You know, you think you're getting away with it, but you're not. But yeah, man, it's a new way of life, and it feels good.
That it does.
You know what I mean? You get your family, look at your family in the eyes, and you can go upstairs without, you know, sending somebody up with you, or,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, open the door and they're standing by the door like, oh, I'm just waiting for the bathroom. Or really, there's 3 bathrooms in the house. Why are you waiting by this bathroom? You know what I mean? They're just trying to listen because they're concerned. And another thing I thought, and we'll move on to Jonathan, was that worry that your family had was a disease in itself. You know what I mean? The disease of worrying about their son. Like, you know what I mean? Always constantly worrying, that obsessive compulsion of thinking of where's my son doing, what's my doing, and your brother like, man, my bro's, you know, messing up, worrying them to death, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not even knowing what that's doing to their life, you know. I don't know if they're addicts or not, but if, you know, you don't have to have a disease of addiction, you know what I mean?
Furthest thing from that.
Yeah, so, you know, and that we put that burden on them, man, and I always said, I'd hate to be something bad to happen to somebody or worry somebody to death because of my actions. And when we're in the grips of addiction, we really don't care. We're selfish people, man. And that's part of living the solution, conquering your disease, man, and being patient with yourself. All three of them really go together. Three topics I kind of threw out there, because you got to be patient with yourself, and you know, you got to live in the solution. You know what I mean, to conquer your disease. You know, it's just, it goes hand in hand. And sometimes they ain't live in the same order. Everybody's life's different, but you know, that's worked for me, and looks like it's worked for these two guys, man. What about you, Jonathan? What you been up to? You know, Jonathan lives with me now, so like I get to see him on a daily basis. You know,
Keep them in check.
yeah, I'm sliding across the field, poking my head in the window, see where he at. I come out the wood. I jumped out of a truck the other day, like he ready to run. He's on the back porch. He went like this. I said, "What you doing, man?" He said, "Nah, I didn't know who it was. You ain't gotta live like that no more, man."
Apparently, still.
What's going on with you, boy?
My name's John, I'm an addict.
John.
Well, I'm 9 days back from coming off a relapse. It's funny we talk about all this shit. And I broke it down, you know, because I always question the program, question what I'm doing. And I didn't have patience with myself at one time, for one thing. And I didn't take any suggestions they told me. All I really thought was, all right, I'm clean, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So, and then, you know, I go back farther and farther, and I manipulated my way to where I got. The 60 days that I rounded up, I basically lied all the way through. You know, they told me to get a sponsor. I got two of them. One to take me out past curfew, you know, do the bullshit and, you know, he's whatever. And another one doing step work, kind of. Basically, I just bullshitted my way through it. I was on phones during group. I didn't take my hat off when I come in the building. I didn't pay attention to none of the small shit, and it put me right back out on the street. And then I gotta humble myself and walk in here with my tail tucked and sit down and do groups. And it's coming on slowly, but I'm starting to, you know, grasp the big picture. I mean, I don't want to get out there and rip and run. I didn't last 20 hours out there, man, and I come right back. And like I've always said, I keep denying the program and denying the program. You know, I want to do it my fucking way. My way does not work at all. Even if I am not getting high. See, I got that lifestyle shit that they always talk about in the RISE program. I used to laugh at people saying, "Oh, that lifestyle, what the fuck? You don't live no lifestyle." For me, it's the line of manipulation. If you tell me I can't, I'm gonna try twice as hard to show you that I could, regardless of what situation it puts me in. And that is fucking insane. And it's got me a significant amount of jail time, on probation, on color coded that. Like I went out this time and I forgot all about colors. And I got 9 more weeks of colors and completely passed that by. Went back to chasing the high. So, and the only thing that I did own is my clean time. That's the only thing that I own right now, is my clean time. I don't own shit. The clothes that I got on, you know, Mom Dukes bought. I mean, bought a pair of shoes here and there, but other than that, man, I don't own nothing, man. I don't own nothing. I can't see none of my kids. I can't do none of that because of the choices that I made. And it's frustrating sitting here on this camera, sitting there saying this, that it's all me. I'm always the common denominator in anything that I do. And this time I'm slowing it down. You know, it's still hard. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It's still hard, but I've definitely slowed my pace, started paying attention to the smaller things, and doing this like I'm supposed to do. And most of the time when I'm starting to manipulate something, I'll call it out myself, so that therefore I won't carry it out. Or I just let everybody know that I manipulate, so when I do start that shit, they'll call me on the shit.
What is it? Y'all can see, he's a blessing, first of all. He went out and he came back. He's talking. He's not one of those, handful or 2-3 handfuls of people that's passed away or deep in the last few weeks. And, he ran out there and they kicked him back less than 20 hours. Does it get any better out there, man?
No, same shit.
Same riffraff?
I got a question for you too.
There you go.
If you go work an honors program, what happened when you went back out?
I was riding around with people they told me not to hang with. The same people that I was ripping and running with before I did my jail time. The same people that never wrote me, never put any money on my books. I went out there and I went out. I don't know how long I was out, but I know I woke up with a bruised chest from them doing a little sternum rub and beating on my chest to get me to, come back. So
So you did overdose.
yeah, yeah.
So like I
Not
said,
medically,
he's
yeah.
one of the fortunate ones, man, that made it back. And because he wasn't living in the solution, he was living in the problem. He wasn't conquering his disease, he was feeding into it by texting on his phone during meetings and not listening and not focusing on the experience, strength, and hope in the rooms of recovery, or taking simple suggestions. Because our disease likes to think that we know it all, and ultimately almost took him out. You know what I mean? And that's, I'm glad he's there with me. I'm not there with him all the time, man, but I like Jonathan a lot, man. I was locked up with Jonathan before. I remember sitting in Detox 229 and Henrico looking at that little grade jank. He in there with the radio buffing the floors, doing his little thing, his white tee, just chilling. You know what I mean? And that's where I remember him from, man. And then I seen him, and he's been an inspiration to me, man. But he, at the same time, it's a good inspiration, but a bad inspiration, because the things that he does lets me know that it's not getting no better out there. He didn't come running back in and was like, "Hey y'all, come on out, it's getting good out here." He's coming in here like, "Man, what was I thinking? What did I do that for?" And then he's got to catch the riffraff of all the support that loves him, and they're gonna do some tough love, just like this man just, he let them know, like, hey, what really happened, and it's telling on our disease, man. It's not picking on anybody, it's telling on our disease, man, so we can live, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have had people die of the disease of alcohol or drugs, or even something even more, adrenaline or sex, because the things that you can get from that, and adrenaline from driving cars fast and doing crazy stuff, man. And it's all of addiction, no matter what, or disease. Trying to make yourself feel different from your actual self. So I'm gonna skip me. I'm gonna go to this man. I'm gonna come back last. So I'm gonna let the rest of the guys speak. But thank you, Jonathan. What you got, bud?
I'm John, I'm addict.
Hey, John.
Man, I've actually had a pretty good week, man. I saved a life. And the person, well, it's not even the person, the animal would have died if I didn't save it. I was on 95, and a pit bull-sized boxer was running in the middle of the road. I swear to miss it, dude behind me on the cell phone, hit it, never looked back, nothing. The dog had tumbled and sat up on his back hind legs. And I made a loop, got off the exit, jumped back on, did a loop. By then, the dog was in the far left against the Jersey wall, just laying there. And then I went around again, made another lap. And this time, I saw a cop on the other side. I said, that's gonna just be sitting in the hole. 'Cause I was going like 90 miles an hour trying to get to where I had to go. Save that dog's life. And the state man was sitting in the hole. I whipped it in front of him and jumped out the car. He jumped out the car with his hand on his gun. He didn't know what was going on. I told him the dog just got hit and told him where. He said, you can follow me if you want or whatever. So he threw the siren on. I stayed, he left me, of course. But got up there, pulled my car in front of his, got water out of his car, fed the dog. The dog had a tag on him, called the owner. They'd been looking for him for 2 hours. He run off. And so far the bill is $6,000. He needs surgery tomorrow. He's gonna get a back leg send us Brandon out a big reward, and we said, no, we don't want it, we just want the dog to get well. And I told her, she asked me what my address was, and I was, couldn't even think, and I said 2300 Dunbar Road. And she said, that's half the church, my kids go to daycare there. That's why I'm in McShin. I thought 3 months ago, I probably wouldn't have stopped, you know. It's what, you know, what this disease does, you know. I thought about it, you know. So I think she wants to send a donation.
That's
Towards the heroin overdoses, detox and stuff.
Hell yeah, John.
She would work along with Foster.
You never know what your what the outcome of God or your higher power is going to do for you, man. And you just pull over, just an act of kindness, man. He made a very good point. There's 2 points I seen out of it. First was either if you were getting screwed up or messed up or being self-centered, you would have kept on going. So you might have been the one to hit him.
Yeah.
You would have kept on getting it.
3 months ago.
But he didn't, or it'd be the other way around, where you just got a big enough heart. Even though if you were out ripping and running, you would have stopped, and they would have said, "Let me get a reward." You'd have been the first one. Yo, yeah, like, can we go to the bank right now? Can we get that? Like, can I follow you? You know what I mean? Like, and that's our disease, man. And that's just, you know, being selfish. And you did a good thing. When every time you do something, you do it out of the kindness of your heart, man. You reap the rewards in other ways, and that time will come. And that's cool, man. But I don't ever suggest running 90 or pulling up in front of a state trooper the way he did. You know, most of us are convicted
That saved
felons.
a life, man.
Yeah, he had to save a life, but you know, I suggest to pull off a little easier. I would jump out the car, maybe flash the headlights. You know,
Yeah.
you know the way things go on these days. You know, we don't want to put no pressure on nobody or on ourselves. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. So what else you got going on, man?
Man, living life good, man. I mean, of course, I'm going through cell phones like candy, but
He done gave my number 3 times in the last 3 weeks. I said, man, what's going on with you?
yeah, man. Cell phone screen went out, and then when my roommates brought 2 big pans of spaghetti, glass pans, and same day, about 10 minutes later, someone inside my screen messed the screen up, get me a piece of spaghetti out the pan, knocked the damn thing off the end of the counter, spaghetti all in the floor. I was about ready to go crazy. I just said serenity prayer a couple times. I called Cricket. He said, man, you need to get your ass to the church, man. You don't even sound good. And I said, I just left the church 15 minutes ago. He said, well, you need to get your ass back here now. I said, you're right, man, you're right. I came up, talked to Cricket for about 15, 20 minutes. And, you know, that was 15 or 20 minutes that I really wanted a damn cold, ice cold beer. Just all that shit,
The stress.
stuff under the stress. I just wanted one. That's all I wanted.
The disease saying you deserve it.
Yeah, just all I wanted was
I
one.
broke my phone, and I saved the dog, and knocked a bunch of spaghetti all over it, man. I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know, I deserve a cold one. You know, and that's what our disease tells us.
And I called Cricket, and once they talked me out of it,
Living the solution,
yeah, and
conquering the disease.
yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but I knew if I did, I would have come back. Not for a while. I'd die, but I would have come back.
Yeah.
I've been off to the races on the coke and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like maybe 148 pounds again. Nobody came back.
We don't need that. That's a scary look.
Yeah, that was about 3 months ago.
I seen him in Henrico East too. So he's a lot healthier, looks a lot better. He's alive. He's moving around. He's driving.
Yeah, the gym do wonders for you too.
Yeah, gym and getting back, working out, lifting the weights. You know, that's good, man. And it sounds from living a solution, conquering disease, and pushing forward. You got a picture of himself. I might let y'all see that at the end, and you know, do a before and after. Maybe one day we'll do that too. We'll all grab some pictures or something of ourselves before and now. You know, I got one for y'all, blow y'all's mind,
Bro.
you know, really blow your mind. But anyways, he living in the solution, man, and conquering his disease and being patient, you know, and calling Cricket, which is one of the main dudes you want to call, you know what I mean? Me, Ryan Riggs, your sponsor, you know, the guys that, you know, or even your fellowship, you know what I mean, that's around you, man.
He's the only number I had my phone.
Oh,
Really
yeah,
phone.
oh, yeah, the new one, yeah. You need that one, you
Yeah.
need that one, so yeah, the results of it, and you're out here saving lives, you know, you know, you can actually go to a police officer without having fear of being locked up.
And had a license this time.
Have a license doing it, so those are all great, you know, conquers in your life, man, that you probably didn't even see 3 months ago.
All right,
Far from it.
I pray to God the next day to have a better day. And that's when the dog got hit. The
Yeah.
next day, but you know what?
Yeah,
I still saved his life. I felt like I was rewarded by saving his life.
yeah, definitely.
You know.
You're giving back, man,
Yeah.
saving another, a living being,
And she wants to do an ad in the paper.
okay.
Somebody just running, leaving her dog for dead,
Mm-hmm.
and addicts recovery in action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It is recovery in action.
Yeah.
You know, because we were,
It's on Facebook and stuff.
if you look at it the same way, we were the same thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't a car that hit us, but it was the disease of addiction. You know, heroin and taking us out, and all of us are pretty sure we've been down and out. It looked like we're about to die, and somebody brought us back. We had to go back and get our thing, our leg surgery on. You know what I mean?
her
We've done
husband's
some
a
different
writer
stuff.
or something, so
Okay.
he's trying to get something big.
So yeah, you never know what you're going to go on in life to where you can reach out and your actions be able to reach out throughout the city of Richmond or the state of Virginia or the world by just a simple act of kindness, man. And that's was, you know, first dodging a dog, missed it, somebody else hit it, and he put forth action to turn back around and try to help. And that right there by itself just shows you who the man is. He's got a heart. We're not all just, you know, heartless people. Especially when we get clean, that's usually the first thing we get back. They always say, good thing about getting clean is getting your feelings back, and the bad thing
Oh,
about
yeah, I
getting
can
your
feel
feelings
mine.
back. So there's a struggle, but you gotta, you know, live in the solution, you know, be patient and conquer that disease to get all the bad stuff out and bring the new stuff in.
Yeah, I told her last year I probably wouldn't stop, no disrespect, because I was using that. So I told her, I said, been playing since January 6th.
Oh, selfish.
And I said I wouldn't stop, because I was riding dirty last
Yeah.
year and everything.
Riding dirty and trying to get the dope boy.
Yeah.
You know, damn dog trying to keep him sick.
I probably would have been the one that hit the dog, not paying
Yeah,
attention.
he said he was there already, then you get there, he ain't there yet still.
That dog would have died,
He may be waving up to
that
him.
dog would have suffered and died.
Yeah, definitely.
He had head trauma and,
Yeah, $6,000 worth of stuff so far.
yeah, they got surgery tomorrow.
Man. And please just, you know, keep us updated, so next week when we come in here, we can keep sharing this experience, strength, and hope, and share the story of helping another, not even a human being, but a living being, you know,
Yeah.
a dog, which is, I love dogs. I like cats with laser lights and stuff, that's about it.
Yeah.
But cats are cool, I like all animals though, man, I really do.
Duke, that's his name.
I'm a Duke, so y'all pray for Duke if y'all get this before there. I doubt it, but you know, pray for all of us, man. We pray for y'all too, man, all the time. So what do you got, Bill Willie?
I'm Big Willie K, I'm a head there, call it.
Hey, Bill Willie. Okay.
Working my ass off at Subway. It sucks. I hate it.
Eat fresh.
Yeah, eat fresh. Definitely do that. I got a scooter. I rode a Dinwiddie today.
No, you're good.
I rode a
Just keep it
Dinwiddie.
down to about 5 minutes per road.
Oh yeah. I rode a Dinwiddie today and back on my scooter, which was hell of a trip. Got to see my little rabbit because I have a rabbit. She's pretty cool. That's about it. I've had a pretty awesome week. I got court next week though.
Yeah. So what do you think's gonna go on in court? Don't
If they
know.
lock me up, it's doing more harm than progress. I mean, it's basically for a substance abuse violation for not going to classes. And you know, I look at it like this. I've been to Life Center, Galax, a treatment. I'm in the shit and I have a job. If they lock me up, like, what are they really doing here?
Yeah.
So I'll look at it as I'm pretty good on that. Then the next week I have felony probation violations. That's the big one I've been scared about. That's what I'm worried about. But I'll get here in due time.
So Since you've been here, man, what are those 3 things have you been doing, or have you been doing all 3 to get you where you are? You're still here, you're still clean and sober. You've been doing all of them, being patient, conquering disease, living in the solution. What's your main strong one? Are you,
My main strong one, honestly, is being fellowship. If that's one, I fellowship a lot. I
living in
like,
the solution.
yeah, basically.
Keep yourself surrounded by people in recovery.
I recently started getting better at calling my sponsor every day because, you know, I'm not the type of person to be like, call that dude every day because, you know, I just want to talk. But I've been getting a little better at it. I've been calling my sponsor every day so far.
It's good, man.
So I'm living this.
Tell on that disease, you know. And I understand, and I'm pretty sure you feel like this. You get ready to go to court. I know I did it one time. I'm 30 years old, and I flew under the radar for a long time. And I got 5 years, with 4 years, 8 months suspended for something that I should have got the whole 5 years for. But man, I dragged out that court case thing. Man, I dodged and dipped freaking color code, man, and I just went hard, you know. And just because I knew I was going to get some time, and ultimately God had something for me that I didn't know, and I got only 4 months or whatever out of the 5 years, you know, 4 years, 8 months suspended, man. And is there any feelings of that? Because I know I did. My disease was like, shoot, you're getting locked up anyways. You might as well just go ham and get it in, you know.
I look at it like this. I mean, if they lock me up, I mean, I can look at it as in that way, but I'm also looking at it as like, you know, it's also a chance to be put away for a second to reflect if I do. Just to reflect on, be like, all right, don't do this again.
Yeah, sit down and think about it.
Yeah, just sit down. I mean,
Enjoy it.
yeah.
Really, it doesn't suck being locked up.
Yeah, so, but just think about it like, well, you know, it's over and done with. The court case is over and done now. I am good. No more getting in trouble.
Yeah. The foxhole prayers.
Yeah, no, not again.
I
No,
swear.
no more getting.
I
Not
swear.
one more.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I relate to that too. I know with me it was a time in my addiction, man. I was like, please lock me up. I was to a point where I was like, just put me away, because I am tired, man. And then that was when I was detoxing, or I couldn't get what I wanted when I wanted. So I'm just like, I'm done. And then I'd wiggle myself into something, or wiggle myself or somebody's stuff out of their pocket, or be the middle guy, and then I'll be right back at it again. My disease, like, never mind, no, we're good, don't get locked up. No. And I kept speaking that to existence, and it really ultimately saved my life, man. I had quite a few years clean, man, and I relapsed, and I went on a whole spiral for 2 years, man. I could not get out of the grips of that addiction, man. Locking me up for 9 months, dude. Whew, I needed that one. Like, shoot. Trust me, I ain't giving. I got that first 2 months was the longest 2 months in the world, man. But after that, once I got it flowing, I got my mind back, my head back, I got my little weight back. You know what I mean? And I knew where I was, but where I needed to be was good, man. So good luck on that, man. We'll keep you in our prayers, and we'll keep everybody behind the cameras updated with you, man, so we can show the success of being clean and sober and living the solution, and conquering that disease and being patient with ourselves and with other people, man. What you got, brother?
I'm Mason. I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Mason.
Just probably to talk about patience a little bit. When I first went to rehab and everything about 2 months ago, I remember the first few days I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. But then I was like, just thinking, I was like, but I want a year, like right now. I don't want to go through all this day-to-day stuff. Like, I just want to be clean for this long and all this kind of stuff. And it really took a lot to get to the point where I realized that, I mean, if I just go day by day, it'll come when it comes. Like, I had to live life on its own terms and do all that kind of stuff. And I just thought about this when John was talking about the dog. When we were in rehab, one day we had gone to the basketball courts on the rec center, and we were driving. There's probably like 5, 6 people in the van, and yeah, he was there. We went to rehab with him, and there was a little kid crying on the side of the street, like nobody around. He was maybe 3 or 4, and the counselor that drove the van, like we all saw him, and we were like, "Oh, we should do something." She's like, "Nah, he's all right. He'll probably find his way." And we were like, "No, we have to do something." Like, a bus full of addicts were just like the ones actually trying to get out and do something, the sober teacher didn't even give two shits. And so we got out of the car and helped this kid. We took him like to a few places and helped him find his dad and stuff, because he had gotten off the bus on the wrong, he got on the wrong bus, gotten off, there was some whole thing. And it was just, I mean, it really does put in perspective how if you are using and doing all that kind of stuff, I mean, we would have just driven past. We wouldn't have thought anything about it, but we stayed there for probably 30 minutes trying to help this kid find his dad, taking him to the rec center to see if he was there and all that stuff. And it ended up working out and all that stuff, so I just thought of that. And
Get that squad.
Almost 80 days clean down. I mean, it does feel good. I mean, a lot better than I really ever thought it would. And
Well, I'm glad you came up here. How old are you, bro?
20.
20 years old, man. This disease is getting younger and younger. That's awesome, dude. So he's doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
And this is all of the results of our 3 topics. I know we do 1 topic, but I think all 3 of them go together. Living in the solution, man, and being patient and conquering that disease.
And I've been an alcoholic for close to 7 years, and the one thing I really don't miss about going back or anything like that is I haven't been in the hospital in the last 80 days for
Awesome.
countless of stuff that I had before. So
So you went to hospital for, probably counseling and just things going on with your body and
alcohol
detoxing
poisoning,
and
all that.
poison. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's crazy.
Well,
Well, I'm glad you're here, man.
appreciate it.
Keep coming back. Come up here when you can. We need as much, especially young faces, because this is definitely a disease. I do not care what color, how old you are, what kind of background you come from. So come back, man. We got a few more minutes, and we're gonna close up. I was gonna speak on some stuff about myself, but we're running out of time. But I was just thinking, ultimately, all the things that we just talked about with living a solution, conquering disease, and being patient, all came out to an act of kindness. To be loved, you're loving someone. It went from paying his mother back, and he's about to get his license back, to be able to hang around his brother and his family without, them hiding their pocketbooks and you know what I mean? You stand out the bathroom door, and we have my good friend Jonathan's just alive today still, and he's giving back at the house. He's there with me, man, and we all appreciate him. Saving a dog, man, and he eats a good meal, and he breaks 3 phones and has the money to buy 3 more without stealing one. You know what I mean? Or waiting for some lady to set her phone down and reach in her pocketbook at the cash register to get her money, and he swipes it and he takes off. You know what I mean? That's just what we do, man. But it's an act of kindness what he does, and be able to do it with the servant's heart. Big Willie,
I'm Bunny.
yeah, he has a bunny, and he's
You got a job?
I got a
a
job.
job,
Make
moped.
Scooter? Scooter?
He's a big help around here from what I hear. I'm not here all the time. I'm part of some different organization, but we're all going towards the same purpose is to live sober and live another way of life and to love each other. To a young man that's 20 years old that's got 90 or 80 days clean, man, and pulling over and helping a 3 or 4 year old kid that who knows if he's that young, he was too young to even be on a bus, so he knows where he was and what he was doing or what somebody could have done to him without in spite of the bus driver or the van driver counselor that said no, he'll be all right. It all changes our hearts, man. We get it out of ourselves into the solution in conquering a disease and being patient with our lives and with the people around us, man. So, what are y'all doing over here?
Talking about patience.
Oh yeah. Well, you good?
He impatient over here.
Oh, he gonna get it right. He impatient. We got people in here that need to hear this, and no matter what, he don't live but like a mile up the road, so he can't walk or something. So
He's getting all
anyway.
butt hurt because it's raining out there. He don't want to walk.
Oh well, I ain't gonna say what. Never mind. Yeah. Anyways, we love y'all. We want the best for y'all. We want, just let you know this disease is well and alive, in there and out here. Come visit us, man. you get out, 2300 Dunbar Road, Hatchet Memorial Church. I didn't ask Cricket or all this other stuff about this, but man, write us. You know, put Project Inside Hope on there, you know what I mean? Or you know, put the address down, or put my name down, or Cricket, or you can call, you know what I mean? Or whatever. The best thing to do to write, because that's just easier. I know not everyone's fortunate to get a phone call, and I'm not sure if
We accept them.
they accept them here.
We accept.
We can give them our number
on
on
the
who-
cell phone. I'll be answering the phone.
Okay, well, this man answer them.
Yeah.
So please call. And what's the number?
804-492-1845.
There you go. I put him on the spot. That's why he knows it, James, for real. He's got to know. I know it's all good. But yeah, please call. Write us if you got anything you want to talk about, anything you want us to talk about, any questions you got. Please let us know, man. That's what we're here for. That's what we're gonna do, man. And we appreciate you. George back there laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at. I don't know if somebody's.
It's because he forgot his own number.
Yeah, that's all, man. Yeah, we're sick and we're suffering addicts, man. We got diseases that messed up, man. It's all right. It's our numbers is not our thing, you know.
No.
Unless it's in the form of money, you know. That's just how bad we are. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Stay clean, stay sober, love yourself, love your family, and know that you got people out here that love you and want the best for you, man. No matter what. And keep coming back. It works. And we'll circle up, do our shrinking prayer. All right, we have a moment's silence for that sick and suffering addict. He's about to get ready to take the last hit, or that young teenager that's getting ready to take his first hit under peer pressure, or that child born with this deadly disease with no father own. God, grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, keep coming back. It works if you work it, you die if you don't, so work it and live. Believe that. Project Inside Hope, come check us out. Yeah.
Why would you do that?